In a world obsessed with noise, attention, and constant validation, the quiet ones often get overlooked. Yet, while the loudest voices are busy seeking applause, the quiet people are quietly building empires, creating wealth, and achieving freedom in ways that most people will never notice. In 2026, this phenomenon is accelerating. Technology, the rise of remote work, automation, and global digital markets have leveled the playing field. Being quiet is no longer a disadvantage, it is a secret superpower. Quiet people are getting rich not by shouting the loudest, but by focusing the deepest, moving the smartest, and leveraging their time and energy more intentionally than anyone else. Quiet people are masters of observation. They see trends before they explode. They notice opportunities that loud, reactive people overlook. While others are distracted by social validation, they are building skills, acquiring knowledge, and quietly networking with purpose. They understand that wealth is not built on attention. It is built on value creation. They don't need followers to make money. They need insight, strategy, and the discipline to execute consistently. In 2026, those who understand how to turn knowledge into action quietly are the ones capturing wealth that the world barely notices. The quiet person's approach is counterintuitive in a culture that celebrates noise. Social media rewards the loud, the controversial, and the flashy. But wealth is not about likes, shares, or appearances, it is about leverage. Quiet people leverage their focus, time, and skills. They study emerging markets, invest in assets, and create systems that generate income without constant oversight. The world is full of people who talk about being rich, yet do nothing about it. Quiet people act while others argue, plan while others procrastinate, and invest while others speculate. Another key to their success is patience. Quiet people understand that wealth is a long game. They are not distracted by short-term recognition or the desire to prove themselves publicly. They can delay gratification, reinvest profits, and quietly scale their operations without feeling the need to announce every step. Patience, combined with strategic execution, is a potent combination that noisy, reactive people rarely master. In 2026, when markets are volatile and trends are fleeting, patience is one of the most underrated superpowers a wealth builder can have. The digital economy has also amplified the power of quiet influence. In previous generations, wealth was often tied to charisma, networking, and public presence. Today, algorithms, automation, and global platforms allow those who are disciplined, skilled, and focused to create massive wealth without ever raising their voice in public. Blogs, niche websites, online businesses, coding projects, AI-powered tools, and e-commerce stores allow quiet people to reach millions while staying under the radar. Their wealth grows silently, steadily, and without fanfare. Most people equate visibility with success. They think wealth must be loud. They think if no one sees it, it isn't real. But quiet people understand the truth. What is measured by external applause is fleeting. What is measured by impact, value, and leverage is lasting. In 2026, quiet wealth is the new hidden power. It is stealthy, sustainable, and strategic. It doesn't need social media clout. It doesn't need viral moments. It needs focus, consistency, and execution. And those who master these principles are quietly getting rich while the world is distracted by noise. Quiet people also have a unique emotional advantage. They are less reactive to hype, fear, and trends. When the market panics, they remain calm. When competitors overextend themselves, they stay disciplined. When opportunities arise, they act decisively. Emotional stability and patience are often the invisible factors that compound into wealth. Loud, reactive people may earn fast, but they also lose fast. Quiet people build resilience, not just profits. This resilience compounds into long-term wealth, independence, and freedom that is invisible to the world but tangible in their lives. In essence, quiet wealth is not about avoiding the world. It's about mastering yourself in the world. It is about focusing on the controllable, ignoring the unnecessary noise, and executing strategies that matter. In 2026, as the pace of technological change accelerates and traditional paths to wealth become saturated, the quiet approach becomes even more valuable. Those who cultivate focus, patience, insight, and consistency will thrive. Those who chase attention, validation, or shortcuts will struggle. The first lesson is simple but profound. Noise is optional, results are not. Quiet people understand that shouting, posting, or proving themselves publicly is not a requirement for success. Action, discipline, and consistent value creation are. They understand that the world rewards execution far more than appearances, and in 2026, this lesson is more powerful than ever. This is only the beginning. In the next part, we will explore specific strategies quiet people use to build wealth in 2026, how they leverage technology, and why their approach is both smarter and safer than most of the noisy strategies people still rely on today. Quiet people in 2026 are not waiting for luck or hype to create wealth. They are strategically leveraging technology, investments, and scalable systems to build income silently and effectively. Unlike the loud, reactive crowd who chase trends or gamble on viral opportunities, quiet wealth builders understand that consistent, strategic action beats sporadic effort every time. They focus on systems that generate money while they sleep, freeing up time to think, learn, and refine their next move. One of the most significant shifts in 2026 is the rise of digital platforms that allow individuals to reach global markets with minimal visibility. Quiet entrepreneurs are creating niche websites, e-commerce stores, subscription services, and digital products that meet specific, underserved needs. They do not rely on flashy marketing campaigns or celebrity endorsements. Instead, they focus on quality, user experience, and solving real problems. By quietly building trust and value, their platforms accumulate revenue steadily, often scaling faster than traditional businesses. Investments are another area where quiet people excel. While many get caught up in speculation or the latest get-rich-quick schemes, quiet wealth builders focus on assets that appreciate over time: stocks, real estate, index funds, and carefully chosen digital assets. They spend time researching trends, understanding market behavior, and diversifying intelligently. They are patient, avoiding panic during downturns, and capitalizing on opportunities that others overlook. In 2026, this patience and strategic thinking are even more profitable because markets are volatile and noise-driven decisions often fail. Technology amplifies their advantage. Automation, AI tools, and online platforms allow quiet individuals to scale their businesses and investments without constant human effort. From automated trading platforms to AI-powered content creation, quiet people are leveraging these systems to generate revenue while staying focused on high-value activities. While loud, reactive individuals chase attention on social media, quiet people build wealth quietly behind the scenes, letting systems do the heavy lifting. Another key strategy is intellectual property. Quiet people create and own assets that can generate income for years: courses, software, designs, books, and patented innovations. These assets, once created, continue to produce revenue without constant attention. While others seek validation for short-term results, quiet wealth builders focus on long-term impact, compounding their influence and income over time. They understand that true wealth is about ownership, not applause. Networking for quiet people is strategic, not performative. They build deep, meaningful connections with people who matter, rather than collecting followers or contacts for vanity. They understand that influence is leverage, but it does not require visibility. They connect with mentors, partners, and collaborators who complement their skills, amplify their reach, and help scale their ventures quietly but effectively. These relationships, often invisible to outsiders, are a critical factor in their financial success. Quiet people also understand frugality and reinvestment. Unlike those who earn fast and spend fast, they prioritize reinvesting profits into systems, assets, and growth opportunities. This creates a compounding effect over months and years, turning modest beginnings into significant wealth. They avoid flashy lifestyles that attract attention but do nothing for long-term growth. Instead, they focus on leveraging time, knowledge, and capital in ways that scale quietly but powerfully. Emotional control is another advantage. In 2026, with markets and trends moving faster than ever, noise, fear, and hype are constant. Loud, reactive individuals often make decisions based on emotion, jumping from trend to trend or panicking during downturns. Quiet people, however, remain disciplined. They respond with strategy, not impulse. They are calm in chaos, patient in uncertainty, and deliberate in execution. This emotional stability is often invisible but highly profitable. Finally, quiet wealth builders are relentless learners. While others chase recognition or validation, quiet people invest in knowledge. They read, research, experiment, and refine their skills continually. They understand that knowledge compounds like interest. Every new insight or strategy becomes leverage, allowing them to make smarter decisions faster than anyone else. In 2026, when industries evolve rapidly, continuous learning is not optional. It is essential for quietly building wealth. The essence of their strategy can be summarized simply: focus on value creation, leverage technology, own assets, remain patient, control emotion, and scale quietly. While the loud crowd chases attention, trends, or instant gratification, quiet people are building systems that generate sustainable, compounding wealth. This is why they are not just surviving in 26, they are thriving while most are distracted by noise. In the next part, we will explore the mindset shifts, daily habits, and philosophical principles that allow quiet people to get rich while remaining unnoticed, showing why silence is not weakness, but a strategic advantage. Building wealth quietly is not just about strategy, technology, or investments. It is about mindset. Quiet people understand something few others do. Wealth begins in the mind before it ever appears in the bank account. They cultivate patience, resilience, and focus in ways that loud, reactive people often overlook. In 26, when attention is fragmented and instant gratification is everywhere, the ability to control your mind is the ultimate competitive advantage. Quiet people approach challenges differently. When obstacles arise, they do not panic, complain, or seek external validation. Instead, they observe, analyze, and respond. They understand that problems are temporary and that consistent effort guided by strategy produces results over time. This mindset is rooted in discipline, doing what must be done even when no one is watching, even when the reward is not immediate. While others seek recognition for every action, quiet people focus on what actually matters: results, leverage, and progress. Another cornerstone of their mindset is long-term thinking. Most people are distracted by short-term gains, social approval, or instant trends. Quiet wealth builders think in years, not days. They make decisions based on compounding effects, understanding that small actions repeated consistently over time produce extraordinary outcomes. They are patient with growth, strategic in investments, and deliberate in building systems. In 2026, this long-term thinking allows them to capture opportunities that are invisible to people obsessed with quick wins or viral moments. Quiet people also embrace self-awareness. They know their strengths, weaknesses, and natural inclinations, and they use this knowledge to maximize efficiency. They delegate tasks that do not align with their skills, focus their energy on high-leverage activities, and minimize distractions. In a world where energy is often squandered on trivial pursuits, this self-awareness is a hidden superpower. It allows them to act with precision, conserve mental energy, and avoid burnout while others exhaust themselves in vain attempts to be noticed. Emotional control is another critical element. While the world reacts to fear, hype, or social comparison, quiet wealth builders maintain a calm, measured approach. They understand that panic leads to poor decisions, and impulsive action often results in loss. By mastering their emotions, they can make rational, high-impact choices even under pressure. In 2026, with markets fluctuating and trends shifting rapidly, emotional stability is as valuable as capital itself. Consistency is the quiet person's secret weapon. They understand that success is the sum of small, intentional actions repeated daily. It is not flashy moves or sudden breakthroughs that create wealth. It is habits, routines, and decisions compounded over time. Whether it is dedicating time to learn, creating content, building systems, or investing wisely, quiet people show up every day, consistently, without needing recognition or applause. This relentless consistency is what separates them from the majority who chase novelty and instant validation. They also embrace minimalism and focus. While many chase multiple opportunities at once, quiet wealth builders concentrate on a few high-leverage areas. They eliminate noise, distractions, and unnecessary complexity, allowing their energy and time to compound on what truly matters. This focus allows them to achieve more in silence than others do, through frantic, scattered activity. They know that simplicity and depth beat chaos and distraction every time. Quiet people are also lifelong learners. While others are busy comparing themselves to social media highlights, they read, research, and study the world around them. They invest in knowledge because knowledge compounds faster than money. Every insight, skill, and lesson learned quietly is leveraged into better decisions, smarter investments, and higher value creations. This intellectual edge is invisible to outsiders but essential to quiet wealth creation. Finally, quiet people understand the power of invisibility. They know that wealth does not need to be loud. They avoid unnecessary attention, social approval, or performative actions. By staying under the radar, they reduce external pressures, distractions, and obligations. Invisibility becomes a strategic advantage. Fewer enemies, fewer critics, and more freedom to execute their vision without interference. In 2026, being quiet is not weakness. It is stealth wealth in action. In essence, the mindset of quiet people is a combination of patience, focus, consistency, emotional control, strategic thinking, self-awareness, and disciplined action. It allows them to operate beneath the noise of the world while their wealth quietly grows. The louder the world becomes, the more powerful their quiet discipline is. While others chase trends, accolades, and fleeting attention, quiet wealth builders are stacking assets, knowledge, and systems, positioning themselves for long-term, exponential success. In the next part, we will explore the habits, routines, and daily rituals quiet people use to reinforce this mindset, showing exactly how these principles translate into tangible wealth in 2026. Quiet people are not wealthy by accident. Their success is the product of intentional daily habits and disciplined routines that compound over time. In 2026, these habits allow them to quietly outpace everyone else, even those who appear louder, more ambitious, or more visible. What makes these routines powerful is not complexity, it is consistency. Every action is deliberate, every routine aligned with long-term goals, and every choice focused on value creation over validation. The morning is often sacred. While many rush into their day reacting to notifications, emails, or social media, quiet wealth builders begin with intention. They wake up early, spend time planning, reflecting, or visualizing, and set the tone for a productive day. These first moments are not wasted. They are the foundation for focus, energy, and momentum. They understand that the way you start the day shapes every decision that follows, and even 10 minutes of deliberate morning action compounds into significant advantage over time. Throughout the day, quiet people prioritize deep work. Unlike the noisy crowd who chase every distraction, quiet wealth builders block time to focus on high-impact activities. They minimize interruptions, silence notifications, and create environments where concentration can thrive. Deep work allows them to create value, learn faster, and solve complex problems while others are lost in busy work. In 2026, this ability to focus intensely on what matters most is a rare and highly profitable skill. They are also masters of financial discipline. Income is rarely spent impulsively. Instead, quiet wealth builders track every dollar, prioritize saving, and reinvest in opportunities that compound over time. This may include investments in stocks, real estate, or digital ventures. Every decision is guided by the principle of long-term growth rather than short-term gratification. By controlling their finances quietly and intentionally, they create the resources to leverage larger opportunities without drawing attention or taking unnecessary risks. Learning is a daily habit, not an occasional pursuit. Quiet people read, research, and explore ideas relentlessly. They invest time in understanding emerging technologies, market trends, and human behavior. They absorb knowledge in silence, then apply it strategically to build assets, systems, and ventures. In 2026, when the world moves faster than ever, continuous learning is a compounding advantage that often goes unnoticed but is profoundly profitable. Networking for quiet wealth builders is subtle but intentional. They cultivate meaningful relationships rather than chasing volume or visibility. A single strategic connection can open doors to investments, collaborations, or mentorships that yield massive returns over time. These connections are not publicized. They operate quietly with precision, leveraging trust, competence, and integrity rather than fame or attention. Evenings are often reserved for reflection and recalibration. Quiet people review their progress, refine strategies, and ensure that their daily actions align with long-term goals. They understand that small course corrections prevent larger failures and ensure momentum continues. They sleep not as an afterthought, but as a vital part of their routine, recognizing that rest is the foundation for clarity, creativity, and decision-making. Perhaps most importantly, quiet wealth builders embrace emotional consistency. They do not allow setbacks, criticism, or market volatility to dictate their behavior. They respond thoughtfully, not reactively. Emotional stability allows them to take advantage of opportunities when others panic, invest wisely when others sell, and maintain discipline when others give up. This calm, measured approach is invisible to most observers but central to their growing success. The pattern is clear. Quiet people win not through noise, spectacle, or popularity, but through deliberate, repeated actions that compound over months and years. They focus on what they can control, protect their energy, scale quietly, and align every habit with long-term wealth creation. By the time the world notices their success, it often feels effortless. But the truth is, it is the product of hundreds of invisible choices made consistently over time. If you found this insight valuable and want to learn more about how quiet people are thriving in 2026, make sure to subscribe to my channel. Here, we dive into strategies, mindsets, and habits that help you build wealth, confidence, and success quietly but powerfully. Hit that subscribe button, stay consistent, and start applying these principles today. Your future self will thank you.